What's going on, everyone? NASCAR Joshua 5 here, and I am back on NASCAR 21 Ignition. I tried to record a video similar to this earlier today, but I have learned some things since then, so I decided to redo this here and record some new gameplay. So we are trying to play NASCAR 21 Ignition using the Thrustmaster T80. If you're a Thrustmaster T80 owner and you're wondering if this game works or not, I'm here to tell you it doesn't work that well. You cannot play this game in the precision wheel mode because I don't know why, just without the steering assist and everything, it does not drive well. I cannot hardly make a lap. I somehow managed to complete a 13-lap race earlier, which you'll see here. I'm playing as Chase Elliott at Kansas because he won the race at Kansas just on Sunday. Great finish, by the way, between Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin. Chase taking 4 tires at the end when a lot of the guys in front of him took 2 tires. The 4-tire call paid off, and that was really impressive. Congrats to Chase. I know that was a big win for him and all his fans. And we're going to drive the Kelly Blue Book car because that's the car he drove on Sunday. So anyway, for NASCAR 21 and the Thrustmaster T80, there's a couple of things you really need to know, and that I've learned in recording this earlier today and then just recording a new video. So a couple things. You have to have the steering wheel, the Thrustmaster T80, you have to have it in the controller mode. You can play it in the precision wheel mode, but it just doesn't work that well, and the car just spins out too easily, and it's ultra sensitive. And in case if you're not up to speed with the Thrustmaster T80, or if you're new to it or anything like that, it has 2 different modes that you can use with it. It has the precision wheel mode, which uses it as an actual steering wheel, and there's the controller mode, which emulates the PS4 DualShock controller. And with this game, the precision wheel mode, like I said, just doesn't work that well, and for me, with the PS5 version and the precision wheel mode, it just did not work. The car was ultra sensitive, and I could hardly even make a lap without spinning out. I did manage to somehow do a 13-lap race at Kansas earlier, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. Also, I meant to have this in champion difficulty, and I accidentally had it on veteran difficulty, so I kind of dominated a little bit, and it was kind of boring, but sorry about that. But as you see in those settings there, I was trying to play the precision wheel mode setting earlier on the PS5 version, and I was adjusting those settings, but I thought it made a difference, but it clearly didn't. It didn't really seem to help anything. So you want to have it in the controller mode with your steering wheel, and you want to make sure that the color is set to green, because with the controller mode you have 3 different colors. You have red, which is the lowest sensitivity, I think. You have orange, which is the medium sensitivity, and then green is the highest sensitivity. And I've always seen that green is the most recommended setting, and I think it definitely is for this gameplay here. Also, I have the steering assist. I tried to play with medium steering assist, and my car would not turn, so I highly recommend, if you are going to try this, I would highly recommend having the steering assistance set to low, because you are able to drive much better. I don't recommend turning it off, because you're basically going right back to the position with the precision wheel mode setting that I told you earlier. So I recommend the steering assistance on low, and there is a couple of drawbacks with doing this. Unfortunately, you cannot shift up or down with the paddle shifters. You have to use triangle and circle, just like you would on the controller. So shift up is triangle and shift down is circle. I would recommend just using automatic transmission, because trying to shift with those 2 buttons is just really awkward, and it's just not at least not what I'm used to. It's just very awkward to try to shift with it. Thankfully at Kansas you're not shifting as much, so you're pretty much in 5th gear you're in the high gear the whole way. But if you go to like Martinsville, or if you go to road courses or short tracks or anything like that with the next gen car, you're going to be shifting quite a bit. I actually tried to do a Martinsville race after I recorded this, and it just didn't work for me. Like, the shifting was very awkward. I got used to it, and I was able to do a race and make time. So yeah, it is manageable. All of this is manageable, but it's just not recommended unless you absolutely have to do this. If you have no other NASCAR game and this is your only one, these are the best settings I recommend to do it with the controller mode and the high sensitivity. Another drawback is you cannot use the right stick to look around your car. You can only look back with the R3 button, which is for the Ferrari wheel or the Ferrari edition. It's on the back of the steering wheel, so you kind of have to find it back there. That's the only way. You can't look around, you can't look left or right or anything like you would on the controller with the right stick, so that kind of stinks. But anyway, besides those things, it is doable. As you can see, I'm racing here. I'm passing Tyler Reddick, and I'm able to race and everything. Granted, I had it on veteran difficulty, so it was a little too easy for me. Highly recommend using Champion. But honestly, if I were you, if you're a Thrustmaster T80 owner, I highly recommend just waiting for NASCAR 25. It comes out in a couple weeks, so you would probably have a much better experience on that game than you would here. If you do have NASCAR Heat 5, NASCAR Heat 5 works great with the T80. I've played plenty of races with it, and that game supports it just fine. You know, you don't have to use the controller mode or anything like that. But there is another thing you need to know. Like I said, you do have to have the PS4 version of this game, because if you try to play the controller mode on a PS5 game, it will pop up with an error and say that your PS5 does not support this controller or something like that, because it's emulating a PS4 controller, and the PS4 controller does not work on PS5 games or the PS5 in general, so keep that in mind. So you want to make sure, because I had the PS5 version installed when I tried to record this earlier today, and unfortunately I had to delete that and reinstall the PS4 version, and this is where we're at here, which it kind of does the same. It kind of runs the same and everything. Like the PS5 version doesn't have 60 FPS or anything like that. So keep that in mind when you're trying to do all this, but it is doable. As you can see, I'm able to make time and clearly pull away from the field. I apologize for the easy difficulty, or the veteran difficulty, which is easy for me. If you're not as good of a driver, maybe just stick with veteran, or maybe lower than that. But this is the experience that you can get with NASCAR 21 Ignition. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. It just doesn't work as well. And unfortunately, there is a lot of workarounds you have to do. But it is what it is. So if you're okay with only having to look back and maybe just do automatic transmission, it is playable and it is somewhat enjoyable. I mean, it's still kind of tricky a little bit, but at least you're able to drive, and it is drivable with the controller mode. But the precision wheel mode, I don't recommend. It's just too tricky, and at least for me, you might do better with it. If you're a Thrustmaster T80 owner and you want to try it, go ahead. I don't recommend it, but it is pretty easy to switch between the modes, so it's not too hard to do if you're wanting to switch between the two and just try it out for yourself. If you're looking for something to do before NASCAR 25 comes out, just stick to NASCAR Heat 5 if you have it. I think it's a much better experience. If you don't have it, then I just wouldn't worry about it. I would just wait for the new NASCAR game to come out pretty soon. The Gold Edition players get to play it on the 11th of October, and then the Standard Edition players get to play it on the 14th, which is the actual launch day. So I am super excited. It's been 4 years too long, and I've been waiting very patiently, just like we all have, for a new NASCAR game. And I've been super excited, and I've seen a lot of positive things about it, but then now people are saying that the content creators were being too positive, so I don't really know what to feel. I've been getting a lot of mixed signals from the community, just what they've been saying about the game, so I haven't played it yet, so I'm not going to say anything until I actually get to play it. And I am just hoping like crazy that the new NASCAR game supports the T80 much better. Hopefully it works better with it, and you're able to drive the precision wheel mode and actually drive it more normal, like a normal steering wheel, because this is just really frustrating for NASCAR 21 Ignition. It's just, there's a reason why I hadn't uploaded a video on this game and the T80 yet, because this is why. It's just not drivable. So this has been my experience. I already tried to record a video earlier today, and I struggled. I finished 32nd, whereas here in the controller mode, I'm absolutely dominating the race. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'm super excited for the new NASCAR game. And I forgot to mention, we have a new IndyCar game coming out as well next year, so I look forward to that. Haven't had a new IndyCar game. As if 4 years was long enough for NASCAR fans, IndyCar fans have had to wait since like 2005, since IndyCar series for the PS2 came out in 2004, I think it was. So yeah, it's been a long time for IndyCar fans. I don't know how y'all have done it. That has to be way too long. It's a shame that IndyCar cannot seem to find the right people to make a new game. But anyway, also another thing I noticed is when steering into the corner, the car kind of twitches a little bit. Like it'll do like a weird like twitch. I don't know why it did that. I don't know if you could see it in this video here, but it did some weird, like the car was kind of like twitching a little bit. It was really weird. Again, this is not the most ideal way to play a NASCAR game on a racing wheel, but it's just the best thing you're going to get right now until NASCAR 25 comes out, unless you're playing NASCAR Heat 5, which, like I said, it works flawlessly and it does the job and everything else. I've done plenty of races with the T80 on NH5 and it does just fine. But here we're going to go ahead and finish this race here. We're coming to take the white flag. I did hit the wall a couple times during this race, you've seen already. But here we go. We're going to take the white flag as Chase Elliott. A way less dramatic finish than in real life. I'm sure Chase would have loved to win it this way. His fans probably would have loved that too. But it would have been pretty boring. So I'm glad that we had a much more exciting finish in real life than we did here in this race and by gameplay. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're looking forward to NASCAR 25, if you pre-ordered it, if you're not going to pre-order it, if you're going to buy it at all. Just let me know in the comments and let me know what you're thinking about it. But we're going to take the checkered flag here as the winner. And this has been my experience on the Thrustmaster T80 for NASCAR 21 Ignition. Just like I said, don't recommend trying it, especially this close to NASCAR 25. Just wait for a couple more weeks and try the new game with the wheel. I have a feeling it'll hopefully work much better. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and this has been my experience with it all. So catch y'all later, everybody.